Bashers. Hey, it's Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Friday Eve. Sorry for being an hour late. Just hospital duties. Stayed there for an extra hour, and I had a really great experience with my mother-in-law, who in twilight, while she's on the ventilator, she squeezed my hand and giggled a little bit when I said something so she could hear me. So good stuff all around, and thanks everybody for hanging in there. What a great response. Bruce Stuttgart is in there at number one. Cheers, Bastard. That's 2 in a row for Bruce Stuttgart. I'm on Central European Standard Time, which kind of gives me an unfair advantage for making Basher of the Day. Have a great day, everybody. And yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you so much for being number one. Vasilios P. Thanks, Dirk. Evening to all. Great to see you, Vasilios. Daniel Gutierrez, number 2. Number 3, kiddo. Number three. But yeah, Dirk, thanks for the song. Oh, my pleasure, man. The best. Here's a positive back to you. Lindsey Buckingham, Holiday Road. Hope this doesn't get erased. It didn't get erased, and I love Holiday Road, and I love Lindsey Buckingham. Who doesn't? He's just so fantastic. What a great guy. Not according to Stevie Nicks, but, you know, she's got a love-hate relationship with that guy. Dave Fahrenheit 451 is in the room, upvoted. Yay. Andrew Oaklitch with Canadian $10. Working till 5:30. Sad. But it's 6 o'clock. So guess what? I changed the time. So that means you're here. Be an inspiration in others' lives and become a patron if you can. Thank you, Andrew. Let's start out with the Super Chat Gong, as we do with most shows. And that belongs to Andrew pretty much. Today I wore my Millie and got to hang out with everybody at the hospital, especially my brand new friend Joey, and he got to try it on and fun stuff like that. But I decided to wear the Waltham on the show today because I haven't made an appearance. My Field and Marine, courtesy of the incredible Angelo Minichello. I love this watch. I don't wear it as much as I should. I absolutely love it. It's usually in its coffin. But man, I'm going to wear this. I want to show this off to Joey tomorrow because I think he'll really love this watch. This is the Field and Marine by Waltham. Arguably, or inarguably, because I've read all the history on it, the very first waterproof watch ever made. Not Rolex, not Oyster. Nope, it's this one. Well, this is the modern iteration, of course, but it is a beauty, isn't it? Look at the size of that crown. That's some crown you got there, kiddo. Look at that. It's so beautiful. Let me pull it off so you can have a nice look at it. For those of you who don't know about this watch, this is an incredible piece. Absolutely incredible. It's gorgeous. It wears so well. It's so beautiful. I love this watch. So I was talking to my new buddy Joey, and Joey has his heart set on, ready for this, his next watch, Blue Dial 40 millimeter Yachtmaster. Great choice, right? That's what he wants. That's what he should get. So making a couple of calls, looking around, because I know somebody who might be able to help him. And let's see if that works out. Joe, if you're watching, I sent you a text message. I hope you got it. I thought it was very interesting to see how YouTube would interact with my thumbnail today, which I did a bunch of kitty ninjas, the Yakuza kitties, as I like to call them. I think it's my favorite thumbnail we've ever had on the show. I think it just came out really great. And I put Japanese lettering. And if you don't know it, if you don't speak Japanese or read Japanese, that means in Japanese, Thursday Madness. And when you think of madness, you think of Mork and Mindy, because it's always Mork and Mindy madness, right? Ray says, hey, what the F? We just watched Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis, Art for Art's Sake. Now, if you're a fan of Francis Ford Coppola, which many of us are, he's got a very hit or miss kind of career, but his hits are beyond most auteurs' hits. And this was a passion project that he bankrolled himself. Now, you'd think he'd learned his lesson because early on in his career, not to bore anybody, but he started a company called American Zoetrope. And there was a bunch of guys, a bunch of young directors. It was Scorsese and George Lucas and Brian De Palma and Francis Ford Coppola. They were all buddies. And I might be missing one or two in that pantheon. But he created a studio of his own, and at some point in his career, it was floundering. Apocalypse Now, things like that. Movies that we now look back on and say they're works of art. Maybe we'll say that about Megalopolis. I've not seen it. Now that it is available on streaming, I will watch it because I love him and I want to see what he's got to do. And I think it's passionate. And yes, I heard a lot of art for art's sake. I did watch a whole thing on Architectural Digest on YouTube, and they talked about his interpretation of modern Rome vis-a-vis New York. So I think it's a pretty cool concept. I don't know how the story works out. Sounds a little bit like Ayn Rand's, like there's some Fountainhead action going on in there. I don't know, but there's a Nero, and well, let's see. Ray said art for art's sake, and it's what I heard that from a lot of people. Mart says subscribe and upvote, everybody. And things are full steam ahead with him and Bronson on their new forever home. I'm very grateful. They just met their neighbor Kitties, which is so great. So maybe, it's not like dogs, it's not like let's let all the cats out in the yard. Nobody does that. But he's got cats. He must be a good person, his neighbor. Mike Callan. Hey, Mike Callan. Great to see you. Hi, Bashers. Good Thursday to everyone. And cheers. And a super sticker, $10. Super sticker. Thank you so much, Mike Callan. You rock. Let's go with Super Chat Gong 2. And Angelo Minichello's in the room. Proudly wearing this was a gift to me from Angela Minichello. Come on, people. This is just like, wow. Fantastical. What a beautiful piece. I love it. And it wears so great on the wrist. It's so great on the wrist. This fits me so perfectly. And it's, it's a little bit of a deep thing, but man, this thing, I love a big crown. You know that. I'm a crown queen. I love it. I love a big crown. I just like it. Small crowns, just like I get so frustrated with them, especially that stupid. I saw a guy on the subway on the way home today. Took the railroad to the subway to get home. And there was a guy, and it's like I was wearing a Milgauss. So like usually you got a nice watch, I got a nice watch, a conversation will happen. Well, I was watch flirting and I rolled up my sleeve. He was wearing the Small Seconds Omega Aquaterra, which is a watch that I really like with the gray dial with blue accents. Love it. Love that watch. And I thought, oh, we're going to have a conversation because he's going to be like, oh, he's got a Milgauss on him. This guy couldn't have cared less. I don't even think he knew what he was wearing. It's probably a gift from a girlfriend or something. Good taste. I love that watch. I love that Aquaterra, but it has that crown on it that I hate, the upside down cupcake. I hate it. It's so, anybody ever try to manipulate that thing? It's just, and I don't have big giant paws. I have regular sized guys' paws. I don't have, but if you have, sausagey fingers or bigger fingers or priest hands, I hope you don't have priest hands. Those are the worst. The tapered, slender fingers are creepy. It's very, very hard to manipulate that conical, that weird crown that they've got. Omega, Reynold, get rid of that crown. It sucks. It's horrible. Hate it. My Mimi is in the room. Happy Basher Thursdays. Love you, Meme. What a goddamn week here in the good old DSA. Angelo says, Catty Ninja say meetings with ancestors can be arranged. And they can. We can arrange that. Hey, Vaughn, it's been such a long time. Good evening, Sir Dirkus Wonderfulist and all the Bashers. Great to see you in the room. I'm having a coffee. Cheers to you. I'm having some of my Drew B coffee and my handsome Joe LaFaro glasses. I'll tell you, I've gotten really addicted to this stuff. You guys spoil me. You spoil me. God damn it. I'll put this cup down, and if I don't go back to it for 15 minutes, that coffee will still be as hot as it was when I put it in the cup, which is amazing. Fergal is in the room. Hey, Dirk and all the Bashers. Hey, Fergal. How is it going on your journey? You sold a couple of the Chris Wards. Tell us. We want to know. We want to know what's going on in your world. You sold off some of those Christopher Wards. We got to see Louise's collection. Amazing stuff. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Kevin Landon. Yay, Dirk is here. I am. Sorry it took me so long. Hey, Web One's here. Hey, I don't know what language that is. Is it simplified Chinese? I don't know. Forgive me for not knowing my Asian languages, but I did do an Asian-inspired thumbnail today, which is cool because when I was a young metal guy, we loved all things Japan because there was nothing better than being big in Japan. And I had a lot of friends that got to tour Japan and do all the Japan stuff. And, there was something so very special about going to Tokyo and playing at Sun Yat-sen Hall or playing at the Budokan. And I have a lot of friends who got to do it. there's something about the Japanese fervor, the Japanese fans. I think it's where technically the word fan or fanatic might have come from. Correct me if I'm wrong on the etymology of fan or fanatic, which it's short for. But man, the experiences, my friend Todd, who I've mentioned on the show before, he's no longer with us. He was his first gig in the music world was being Hitman's roadie, and he did all our stuff. And then as we got a little bit bigger, he started getting other gigs and wound up working for Prince and Janet Jackson, like crazy stuff, toured the world. And he used to love to go to Japan. And another reason why people used to love to go to Japan was to buy musical instruments, because apparently not anymore. Forget it now. There's no good prices to be found there. Great to see you, Web One. Howdy, Bashers. Howdy, Carlos Poggi. Great to see you. Oh, man. Thank you, Mike, so much. Steve Max here. Guessing I'm not first again. Oh, I'm first again. And the girl with the wrench, it's Carolyn Martin. I've been looking forward to Basher Tom all day. Now, I want to give you a little bit of an update because I got an email from Dean about the Basher pens and, maybe the frustrations that are going on. I just want to let you guys know that unfortunately, she had a mishap and she had to have surgery, and she's been out of commission for a while. And she had gotten to the point where the watches were, in various states of completion. She's a one-woman army. She doesn't have any people working underneath her. It's not like she has a company or anything like that. It's just her crafting her pens. So she is, cast is off, and she's in physical therapy, and she's begun working on the pens right now. And, he wrote me an email about it, and it was in June. So if anybody has an issue or doesn't, it'll be a little while before those will get to you. And if you want to cancel, if you paid for it up front and you want a refund or anything like that, let us know. But if you want to just wait around, you'll definitely get them. It's not like we're, trying to finagle anything out of you, but apologies for that. And thanks for bringing that to my attention, because, I have a lot of shit on my plate and I'm not really thinking about a lot of stuff. But yeah, I had to think about that. And I looked at the date and I was like, okay, it was June. So just give me a call, and you know where to do that, right? You just send me an email to basherdirk@gmail.com. That's basherdirk@gmail.com. And, we'll talk about it. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out something, because we love you guys, and we just don't want you to feel like, we're forgetting or any of that stuff. It's just, unfortunately, the situation got kind of crap. So that's the story, and they will be finished. I can't give you the exact time and date, but they will. Fergal says, sadly have to head to bed, as up at 4.5 hours for work. Oh, wow. We'll catch you tomorrow. Have a great evening. And thinking of Julie, thank you so much, man. She squeezed my hand saying, yeah, I gave her a little bit of a giggle. Because my father-in-law was in a super cranky ass mood this morning, and he was a little, and I made a joke about it, and she giggled, which was great. MJOH says, Field Watch. Isn't that so beautiful? Isn't it gorgeous? I love this piece. I really, really do. I love it. Nice. Yeah, it's pretty, isn't it? It's a beautiful watch. And this company called Watch Angels, they got together and they got all the designs and I guess the rights and all this stuff, and they recreated it faithfully with the modern movement, et cetera, but still encompassing the incredible waterproof example that was made so long ago. Handsome Joe LaFaro is here. Handsome Joe. No. Happy Thursday, Bashers. Happy Thursday to you, buddy. And yeah, good evening, kind sir. Hoping you and yours are all on the up. Listen, man, you gotta have faith. You gotta have faith. Yeah, and I do. Things are, like a ventilator is not the best thing for a person to be on. But it's helping her get to where she needs to go to get over this incredibly bad hump. So I was there all day, and I stopped and I got some Magnolia, because this Grand Central, which is the big train station in New York. We used to have a bigger, better train station called Pennsylvania Station, which is not there anymore. It is the ultimate shithole, underground cacophony of nonsense, and it's horrible. But what once stood atop that, it was the McKim Mead and White designed the beautiful Pennsylvania Railroad Station. And you know what I'll do? I'll show you because people who are not from this country or know that we had something like this, you should see what this thing looked like. I'm going to show you what it was. It's gone. They knocked it down. They knocked it down in 1963. So here it is. I'll show you a bunch of pictures of this so you guys could see this. Thanks, Andy M. I'm going to digress because that's what I do on this show, right? Left turns, right turns. This was Pennsylvania Station. I'll get you some. This was the interior. It was all girders and glass and jalousie windows and amazing stuff. But when you see what it looked like, this is what the building looked like. No, I don't want that. Get away. This is what I want. Okay. This was the building. It's an outrageous place. It was outrageous. So these numbskulls in 1960 decided, because we didn't have a landmarks preservation committee yet, and they decided that it was time to knock this temple down and build a sports arena. So by 1963, this building was demolished. Now, I'm going to show you what the building looked like on the outside, because you cannot believe that anyone would consider removing this from the world. This is what the building looked like. This was in New York City. And what stands there now is Madison Square Garden. One Penn Plaza, which is this big, ugly, stupid international style building, and right where this the train shed is, that is where Madison Square Garden sits now. And because of its demolition and its destruction, this looks like the baths of Caracalla, and it was inspired by that. Because of the demolition and destruction of this building, the New York City Landmarks and Preservation Committee was established so that this never happens again. Sadly, that's full of corruption and nonsense, and it has happened. Lots of beautiful things in this beautiful city of ours have been destroyed, but that's what you get. That here's a picture of what they had then, right? And then it's all gone. It's all gone. Terrible. All terrible. JHB's in the room. Evening, glad to catch your shows. Number 28. Did you really catch? Do you see who you are? Number 28. JC Kingsley. I'm still drinking coffee at this time of day. Me too. I drink coffee all day long. I drink it all day long. You know what? I'm a caffeine junkie. What can I tell you? I've never tried cocaine, and if I ever did, I probably would love it. Thank God I didn't. I had a friend, peripheral friend, a friend of a friend, who wound up committing suicide when I was about 15 years old because he did cocaine and he got depressed. And if that's not something to teach you a lesson, it sure should be. But at least it's time to put whiskey in it. There you go. Jocelyn Pittenbender, didn't think I could join today. Did she write in Japanese? Catching up on office work this afternoon. Happy Thursday, Bashers. Love the Yakuza Kitties. Thank you. Do you write Japanese? I wouldn't be surprised if you speak fluent Japanese. You probably do. Like, what does that mean? Oh my God. I cheated. It means what I wrote on the screen was, it means Thursday Madness. I just translated it and then I just threw it in Photoshop, etc. Great to see you in the room. Beautiful. Thank you. Power, eat like an Italian. Yes. So, see, mangia. Sent you a photo da Eddie Aroma, Aquaterra rules. Okay, let's see. Well, you got it. We'll have that for the show. Do you have one in there? Oh, I see it. Let me see it. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I know. So here's a funny story. Paul's cousin, who was born in Italy but grew up in New Jersey, married a very American guy. And he's this great dude, and he's a big Kiss fan, big Iron Maiden fan, and we're friends, and we talk all the time. And as a little group, me, him, and Sean, and his name is Ken. And Ken had never, or I think he'd been to Paris on his honeymoon, and whatever. It was 20 years ago. So he went to Italy for the very first time. Now, his wife was born there. She was born in Torino. But she hasn't been there in ages and ages and ages. But, she speaks Italian, et cetera, because she grew up in an Italian-American family, Paul's family. They all speak Italian. He went to Italy and he's ruined forever because he thought, oh, God, I'm going to miss all my American stuff. Now he wants nothing that we have to offer here. He just dreams and fantasizes about lunches and dinners and aperitivi. He never drank an aperitivo in his life, and now he's drinking them. Now he's like, oh, it's aperitivi time. Where's my, he wants to have a cicchetti. Cicchetti are like little snacks that you have at aperitivo time. It's just funny. And it's like, I'm like, yeah, sure, man. Eat like in Italian. It sure does. Mike Callan, try a Rolex Cellini 70s tiny. I know, but it's so small. A little nibs. I just hate. I like a big crown. I like a crown that's proportionate. A little bit bigger is better than a little bit smaller because it just looks stupid. Whereas this is a very large crown, and because I don't wear it on my right wrist. I mean, I normally wear it on my right wrist. Today, I am wearing it on my left wrist because this is the show, and I don't want to, hold on a second. I've got my whole mic shebangy here, and you've seen it. You've commented that I've banged watches on the show, so I don't want to do that. But man, there's this thing that goes on that when you do that, the crown's like smack into your hand. I don't have such a problem because I wear it on the other wrist. Does that bother people? Why doesn't everybody wear it? It's easy to change the time, but I don't ever have to do that because I set my watch. I wind it if I have to, if it's manual, if it's whatever, I do that. And then I'm good to go. I don't ever have to interact with the watch unless I want to hand it to Joey and say, hey, I tried this on. You know what he said today? It was really funny. I handed him the Rolex. He goes, man, this is heavy. It's like, because it's got an iron Faraday cage in it. Yeah, they're heavy watches. Dave Fitzsimons, hey, Basheristi, sending you caffeinated good vibes and thinking of all the injured and healing bashers. You're a sweetheart of a person, man. Listen, if anybody's going through and you want to just talk about it, we could do that too. We could use this as a therapy session. I'm in a more positive thing right now. This was a terrible, terrible week of, I've been on trains and, who cares about what I'm going? What I'm going through is nothing compared to what Julie's going through. And it's just, and I haven't even had a chance to see my own sister who had surgery last week. I haven't even had a chance to, which is terrible. And they're having a big retirement party for my sister this weekend. And I don't even know if I can go to that. It all depends on this treatment that happens yesterday. Alpha Bill, I'm big in Japan. Yeah. Oh. I don't want to get hit with a copyright for that stupid song. CW Watch Enthusiast, my gorgeous new watch is arriving tomorrow by courier. Oh my God. What are we going to do? You going to unbox it? What are you going to do? I think all the official unboxing should be on my show. Damn it. Why? Because I love to see on camera passion and all that stuff, I mean, I don't have a lot of guests on the show, but every once in a while, if anybody wants to do an unboxing, if you want to do an unboxing on my show, it doesn't matter if it's a watch, it could be your model car, it could be anything. It doesn't really matter. You just send me an email at basherdirk@gmail.com. That's basherdirk@gmail.com. And, we'll arrange something. Al Benedetti, remember that handsome guy on my show? On my show when he went to the Big Teddy thing, that great event he went to. He invited me to it and I couldn't go because my life is it's just a ridiculous cauldron of shit. So I would have loved to have gone, but we got to have him on the show and we don't get to see him nearly enough. We miss and love you, Al Benedetti. Come back. Al Benedetti, come back. Isn't that the theme of the thing? Also, this we know all about because this was chronicled pretty well on this show. Fergal's fully serviced Mark II racing dials also on its way back to me since today. And we all talked about what he should do and what he shouldn't do. And, I think he did the absolute right thing. I think he chose wisely. Because you don't want to send that stuff to Switzerland and then, holy crap, it comes back and it's like you're all replaced parts, all the age, all the wear, all the history that you or your dad or whoever you got it for, whoever bought the watch knew, all that history is out the window because it's been refurbished. That's not fun. Ray says, got results from the MRI scan this morning. Got all boxes ticked. Ray, all clear. We knew it. Because you're a big, hearty Irish guy living in the West. Come on, what could happen? But, a scare is a scare is a scare. And it'll make you change your life around, which is fine. We want you around for a long, long time, dearest Ray. Nice. Congrats, man, says JD Kingsley. JD Kingsley. Karen Martin, Ray Ray. That's great. That's all we care about. You listen, man, I'll tell you something. I've learned something very valuable this week. I mean, as you get older and people become infirmed or get things happen to people as they get older, you lose your parents. That I still have not processed that. I don't think I have, health is everything. It's everything. Everything else is, who cares? Who cares about the little things? Who cares about that stuff? Pay the cable bill late. Pay the electric company late. Who cares? That stuff doesn't matter. All right, you can't have that watch. You can't have this watch. You will get it eventually. But if you're ill, then deathly ill, you'll never have any of those things. Live your life and live it to the fullest and enjoy every second of every person you love. That's important. Look at Jocelyn say, yay, Ray Race. Everybody's so great. We're so excited for you, man. So, of course, we knew it, though. We knew it, Ray Ray. We knew it. We knew it. We knew it. Here's my sister, Carrie Kenny. Hi, everyone. She's been taking care. She took care of my sister when she got out of the hospital. I'm grateful for that. Sending love to Julie tonight. Thanks. She squeezed my hand and giggled a little bit. It was pretty amazing. And it was like right when I was getting ready to leave, because I told David to go home because he was there all night and he was punch drunk, tired. And so, it's just kibitzing with the crew there. She got a great crew taking care of her. And, she's out, but she was apparently in twilight because I said something. I used some blue language and she giggled. I could see her. She went like this. So they can hear you when your loved ones are, put under, they do hear you. They definitely do. Remember that. They do hear you. Yeah. CW watch this. Fabulous news, Ray Ray. Woo, woo. Absolutely 100%. Andy M says, I wear my watch on my right wrist. Always have done since day one. I love my Tudor Pelagos on the left drive. It caters for my disability. Okay. I didn't know you had a disability. I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't know that. But yeah, I just, and I wear my watch here because of this show, because of this, because I can't put it over there. I just have too much. The other side of my deck, I've got like 8 boxes. I've got all kinds of musical gear sitting around over there. So it's just that side of my desk. My desk is huge. It's like 8 feet long. It's absolutely crazy long. So yeah. So I now that I wear it on my left wrist, I actually could get used to it, but I don't really want to. I don't really want to get used to that because I'm just so accustomed to it. It's just so strange. And my thing is jumping around here. And I don't know why it's doing that. I'm trying to get to all the chit chats and then it just jumped because I knew I saw some stuff before. Okay, see, I missed a bunch of stuff. Here, see, ready? Yakuza Kitties from Ray Ray. Ah, yeah, you had your chance, but you did not listen, right? Did I say this? Look, I missed this whole group because when I went back to it, it disappeared, right? Oh, look at this. Yeah, here's the stuff I wanted to find. And it disappeared. I was like, that couldn't be possible because somebody mentioned something earlier, and I pulled out a guitar for you, and I'm going to show you in a second. Hitachi uploaded number 5. Did you see the Watch Award Show Grand Prix de Horlogerie de Genève? I didn't know it existed until now. I did happen to watch it, and the one thing that I noticed was one of those watches is owned by none other than our very own Angelo Minichello, and I will, Angelo, if you're listening right now, can you do me the sweetest of favors and send me a new picture of that watch so I could feature it back on the show and then we could talk about it and then maybe I could pull up a little bit of the award show and we could show, because you show, why is my thing doing stupid stuff? Okay, my computer's acting a little stupid. It froze on me. I don't like that. Do I have anything extraneous open here? I do not. Okay. I froze and scared the crap out of me. Melly C says, happy Friday Eve to Dirk and all the bashers. Here's to brighter days ahead. Indeed. And Julian's here. Is an intelligent man is one who has successfully fulfilled many accomplishments and yet is willing to learn more. Amen, Julian. Learn from yesterday, live for today, and hope for tomorrow. The important thing is to not stop questioning. All these attitudes, this is so true. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. This is true. This is the conversation I had with my father-in-law today. I was like, man, you need to just take a step back, breathe, and we need to deal with the matter at hand, and let's not let the peripheral get to us. That stuff doesn't matter. We know what matters. Renaissance also says, the test of a first-rate intelligence is the ability to hold two opposed ideas in mind at the same time and still retain the ability to function. Ain't that the truth? Never limit yourself by limiting your imagination. Indeed. Now, Gabari. Guitar Q&A. Is Gretsch a solid brand? How come one brand product line of guitars are best for jazz, another for rock? Besides amplification, what main characteristics are important? Just a quick take, please. And he says it's more of a, I know I haven't done Metal Mondays yet, but Emmett's almost done with the Metal Monday thing, and it sounded great, and we'll get to it. It's more of a Metal Monday topic, but please give us a quick sneak into this thing if you can. And I can. And I'll start out by saying, okay, so let me get rid of this. Okay, so I know you. Oh, come on. I have a blue screen. Why is my guitar still not seen? Okay, you can't tell, right? Do I have another one? Give me another one. I got lots. I have lots. All right. So electric guitar, right? Electric guitar, right? Solid body, solid. Hard rock maple. It's a hard rock maple guitar. This is missing a string on it, so it's a mess. I don't have this tuned up, but basically it's a lot of wood, a lot of resonance, and two pickups, Alnico pickups, magnetic pickups that amplify the strings vibrating on this very heavy piece of wood that doesn't have a lot of tone on its own. It's got a lot of either resonance, because the more wood, the more resonance, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Then, like this is my Telecaster, which you can't see, but this is in tune. This has different pickups in it. These are called noise. Listen, that's called a lipstick pickup. Once again, it's a solid body guitar. It's completely solid. Now, I happen to own one. This is a Gretsch. This is the 125th anniversary edition Gretsch. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. This was gifted to me by my father-in-law. There it is. This is my Gretsch. Now, the difference between that and this is the following. Ready? It's acoustic electric. It's acoustic electric. So basically, it's a semi-hollow body guitar. See the F-holes? These things are called F-holes, like you'd find on a violin. So the guitar is called an arch top. An arch top it's a curved top. So basically, this guitar is made like an acoustic guitar because it's hollow on the inside. However, as I also have a Gibson Howard Roberts Fusion, which Emma also plays, and in the center of this guitar is something called a chromolite block, which is like balsa wood, very cheap, very kind of nothing wood. But what it does is it creates like a tonal shape inside the guitar. So you get a lot more resonance and body in these kind of guitars. This has a Bigsby tremolo on it. So basically, jazz is for people who want to have a little bit more ambience in their sound. Also, the other difference is these guitars are generally played clean through an amp, and you use the sound of the guitar and the amplifier and maybe some reverb or a little bit of delay, but very, very little effects. So you're basically listening to the actual sound of the guitar. These things are made to sound naturally very good. Whereas the electric guitars, you plug them into a Marshall and you put distortion on them and you're getting the power. Those are for power and these are for tone. But that doesn't mean you can't play rock on this and you can't play jazz on that, because you can. But that's the difference. And this is beautiful, right? I use it for very little stuff, but it's a very beautiful instrument. It's very, very pretty. That's my thanks for the question. But yeah, they're semi-hollow bodies usually, or completely hollow bodies. Now, modern ones are semi-hollow body. You have the resonance holes, the F holes. So the sound kind of reverberates within this chamber, and it creates this ambient tone. Jazz boxes, as these are called, and they did so many. D'Angelico, Gibson, everybody makes one. You know, like Birdlands or a lot of the old ES instruments. They're incredible for tone shaping. And a lot of them don't work in a rock context because they do feedback more than other guitars because they resonate from within. So you have to have like Alex Lifeson, who's famous for playing an ES355, and guys who play 335s. Peter Frampton used to play 335 until he discovered somebody handed him a Les Paul one night and he said, I'll never go back, because he was able to control the feedback easier because he's just dealing with, it's basically like a piece of wood with a pickup in it. These are a little bit more, I hate to say artful, because they're taking into consideration the tone, all the different things that it's not just the pickup, it's the wood block inside, it's the materials that it's made out of. Technically, those guitars are also usually way, way, way more expensive generally. In general, hope that answers your question a little bit. We could have Emmett on the show and he could demonstrate it better than I could. He could plug that stuff in, and just because, he's a fabulous guitar player. Glenn Parker's in the room. Good morning, good evening, afternoon to one and all this Friday Eve. Franco Fiore. Buonasera, signore. And Shane McGee is here with 10 euros. What is this? Found my wife dead in bed the other day and decided to have one. I can't say that on the show. One last go. Right in the middle of it, she opened up hers and said, boo. Honestly, how sick are people? Did somebody say that? It's crazy town. You're a crazy person. It's jumping so much. Like it jumped. I missed like so many stupid things. Every time I go to click on something tonight, my thing's jumping up and down. So let me go back to the bottom now. Back to the bottom. Hey, James M is in the room with $9.99. SFO to Dallas and back already in one day. Able to watch 2 live shows this week, which is great. Hey, that's great. There he is at what was that? The Daniele, right? You stayed at $9.99. Hey, James M, thanks so much. Let's give you something. I wish I had something Italian to send you, but I don't. Let's give you the Monks. Which is Jer O'Malley's favorite of the Super Chat effects, which is great. Panel Power says, troubled waters act like a bridge over troubled water. Me and my friend Steve, you know him from the show Hardcore Shutterbug, we were talking about in my little town. Daniel Gutierrez, cheers, man. JC Kingsley, buy a Redbreast 12 next. It's amazing. Yeah, I wish I liked whiskey. I really do. Hey, Dirk, what's your thoughts on Art Garfunkel and Paul Simon consciously recoupling? Aren't you funny? That's a Chris Martin and Gwyneth Paltrow reference. Listen, man, I'm all for it. Doesn't the world need a little bit of Simon and Garfunkel? If they could go out there and be half as good as they always were, which I think that they probably can, who doesn't want to see Simon and Garfunkel do like one last tour or one last amazing show? I would totally be into it. I mean, listen, here's how I love Art Garfunkel. What a wonderful singer he is. But Paul Simon is the bread and butter of that group. He wrote all the songs. He writes all the arrangements. He's an amazing singer. He's an incredible guitar player. I just think ego is a funny thing. Like I've said this on the show before. Isn't it better when you know what you bring to the table and act accordingly? Shouldn't that be everything? But no, everybody's got to go off on, you got to be Liam Gallagher or, like I'm the greatest this or whatever. No, you aren't. You're cool, but no one writes all those songs, and don't like what Art Garfunkel. Come on. How lucky are you that guy, your childhood friend, was your friend and he was able to write those songs and put all that stuff? Just listen to like Scarborough Fair. He, like I know it's a traditional arrangement and stuff, but look at the way he arranged that and all that stuff. It's incredible. No, it's important. And I'm not trying to burst anybody's bubble, but like I know what I'm good at and what I'm not good at. That's why I love guitars and I can play a little bit, but I'm not Emmett or Jim Bakke or John Christen. I'm not one of those guys. That's why I surround myself with great guitar players. I would love to be one, but you know what? They can't sing either. So, know what you can do, know what you're good at. I personally think Emmett is a lovely singer. He doesn't know that. And that's because he's not an egomaniac. Like in my band, John would have been a great singer had he given a shit, but he's just so busy with this crap. Jimmy always sings background vocals in my band, and it's like we really work well together, and he's got a really cool voice. But like he doesn't want to. And I said many years ago, wouldn't it be cool if one of you guys sang lead in a song and nobody wanted to do it? I like bands that a couple of years ago, many, many, many years ago. That's why I love the Beatles. Everybody sings. That's why I love Kiss. Everybody sang. A band that I was really into was a band called Queensryche. I was a very big Queensryche fan, and Jeff Tate's one of the most ridiculous hard rock metal singers there ever was. Technically, the best there ever was. Technically. Whether or not you liked his sound or didn't, it's fine. But on one of their records, Chris DeGarmo, their lead guitar player, and the guy wrote a lot of the boat, like wrote Silent City, and he sang a song and he was amazing. And I was like, you know what? I love those bands that have multiple people who know what their strengths are. Throw, you could do a song here or there or everywhere. I don't mind. Like I played guitar and bass and stuff on my record, on my solo record, because it was my solo record. But like other people would have definitely done a better job. So, I think Art Garfunkel, I think he should be aware of like his place in the food chain. And I've said that before. You're fantastic, but he's way higher on the food chain. That's all I feel. That's what I think. What do you think? What do you think about that? JC Kingsley says, Dirk, for the first 6 months of watching your show, I totally thought that was an AI generated background shot instead of a bunch of real guitars. JC, it is. It totally is. I have shitloads of guitars, but those are not them. This is a green screen. Look, it totally is. Look. It totally is. Oh, I make no bones about that. No, it is. It's a green screen. Because that would mean I never move those guitars. That's hilarious, though. No, those are fake. This is just, I'm in a room, and I've said this before. It's 11 feet by 6.5 feet. And this is my little studio room where I do music and do the show and stuff like that. But I literally have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 guitars in this room, a digital piano, a keyboard, 2 basses, but they're all in cases all over the place. I wish I had a nice big room to display them, but I just don't. Maybe Italy. Then I'll have a real room. But that's funny. No, this is totally, you were right. It's totally. I change the background when I do Sunday Mass. And watch Fashion Police. Chromolite, like the loom. Isn't that funny? I never put 2 and 2 together with that, but they're the same word. It's a chromolite block. That's what Rolex calls theirs, right? They call it chromolite. Yeah. I don't know if you could see it. I don't think that you can, but I'll give you a little bit of a inside here. It's a really, very beautiful guitar. Inside the F hole is a block. So there is a block, and it's about 6 inches, 5 inches by 5 inches, and it goes all the way from here down, and the pickups are screwed into it. So it just gives you some resonance, but you get all this. Like there's a great Mr. North song, and I'm not going to be able to play it right, but is it E? I thought it was like I don't know how he does it. Emmett plays this thing called Give Me Life, and the very first time I ever saw them, I thought was it emo? That was, and he's playing the chord while smacking the body of the guitar. I have to ask him to demonstrate that. He was like, I guess he's hammering it on and hammering it. First thing he ever did, first song I ever saw those guys play was a song called Give Me Life. And he was using his semi-hollow body Gibson Howard Roberts Fusion to create the soundscape. And I always say he's a soundscape architect. He's not like a regular guitar player. He's like a guy that he creates this amazing musical landscape. and he was banging on the guitar. Now, if you did that on an electric guitar, it wouldn't have the same effect. You get the resonance of the notes. It's a very, very cool science behind all that stuff. Mimi says, Dirkmeister, do you remember my first guitar? It was an acoustic electric harmony that good old Zal Schreiber refurbed for me. You know, I don't think I remember that. I remember your Yari, your Alvarez Yari, which she sold. Oh boy, I know that really drives her bananas that she sold that. And I was like, you sold the Yari? She had an Alvarez Yari. Is gorgeous. Because Meme is a really good singer and songwriter too. Loose Ends, anybody? She had this song because she plays piano really well too, and her mom had to spin it in their house. Where'd that spin it go, Meme? Do you have that? And she used to play this song called Loose Ends, and it was great. I think I have a demo of it somewhere. It was fantastic. Joe LaFaro, I don't remember that, but Zal Schreiber, I've mentioned him on the show, the Stanley Miller Band. They were like a klezmer band. It was like an Orthodox Jewish band, and incredible stuff. Come now, my precious ones. I know every word to every song on that record. I loved it. It's like klezmer rock. It was so great. Joe LaFaro says, beautiful Gretch. Thanks, man. Yeah, that was a present from my father-in-law. And I've gotten him some guitar. I got him an L00 about 10 years ago. And they were so limited at the time, and it was when the prices weren't crazy. And like his brothers, here's a quick little story. So Paul's dad's brothers changed their last name because their last name is Croatian. And they, you know, like a lot of people, like a lot of Jewish people changed their name, like Gene Simmons is Chaim Witz. And, you know, people just didn't want to sound ethnic. So they changed their names. Like if you're super Polish or super Croatian, people changed their names back. Tony Curtis, you know, like they all made up their names, you know. What is his real name? Bernie Schwartz. So they changed their name. And there was this incredible guitar maker down on Carmine Street named John D'Angelico. Now, D'Angelico guitars are some of the most sought after hollow body and semi hollow body jazz boxes in the world. And my father-in-law's brothers were both very popular on the scene in New York guitar players, and the pickups that D'Angelico started to make were wired specially for his brothers, and they wound up using those pickups on all those early D'Angelicos from the 50s and the 60s. They're called the Statler pickup. So if you ever see a D'Angelico guitar, and they cost $100,000, if not more, way more. Some of them are $1 million. The New Yorker classic guitars. If they have Statler pickups in them, that was when one of his brothers, Noel, said to John D'Angelico, I don't like the output of these pickups. So he had them double wind them so we got more power out of them. Now a pickup is the magnets that creates the electrical circuit that the strings vibrate. It's a microphone. It picks up it. That's why it's called a pickup. It picks up the sound, amplifies it, and boom. He had them double wind the pickups, and these things are known forever as the Statler pickups. Now, their real last name is a very long Croatian name, and they just didn't think it had a nice ring to it, so they changed their name to Statler. So all those D'Angelico pickups were based upon my father-in-law's brother's specifications. And we went to the Museum of Modern Museum of Art. Sorry, the Metropolitan Museum of Art. They had a big guitar exhibition, and there they were. And there was a big thing saying the Statler pickup based on Noel and Peter. And I was like, what? Holy crap. True story. Totally true story. And he's a noodler. He's not really a player. His brothers were very accomplished players. He's more of a guy who likes to sit down and play for his own enjoyment. But he has quite a collection, some very beautiful. He's got a Lucille. He's got some beautiful guitars, man. JOH says, I'm hearing Chris Isaac. Yeah, that's totally no. That's what he uses. He uses a big old Gretsch on that thing. Carolyn Martin. She's a guitar collector too, and she's a player as well. That guitar is as sexy as it gets. I know. I never really pull it out. And it's really, they're big. These are big. These are big boys. They're big. Ebony fingerboard. very, very nicely. And this is not one of the crazy expensive ones, like you get the electric jets or one of these. This is the 125th anniversary, I think it is. And Emmett just got one last year. Dana gifted him an orange one, of course, orange, because orange is sexy. Dirk loves his guitar stuff, gets very technical, specifically when talking about, well, because Emmett and I, the big joke in our circle is when we're hanging out and having wine or whatever we're doing, there's always some point where Dana says, are you guys going to stop talking about Les Pauls? Because we'll start talking about gear and alienating everybody in the room. And I hate to do that on the show, if that's true. But true. JC Kingsley, recently been on a kick of watching Marcin on YouTube. Kids play style on guitar is insane. Flex. Never seen anybody do what he does. I have not heard of this person. I will look at that though. Marcin on YouTube, kids play style. I just saw that new guy, Landreth. Oh, you know, that's the beauty of art when it moves you. Like that guy with the tattoos on his neck that everybody went bananas for. Meh. Okay. I mean, there's only so much pyrotechnics that you could do. Listen, I lived through Yngwie Malmsteen and that innovation, Van Halen. Then after that, you know, then there's that guy, Jacob Moon, that did the pedals. I mean, every once in a while, a guy comes along like that. People went crazy for Derek trucks. And, I mean, there's always a new guy. I haven't watched this guy, so I don't know what he can do. But I'll check it out. But there's like a new guy, that Landreth guy. I watched him and I was like, yeah, okay. It's like B-bender stuff. All right. Okay. Sounds good. First guitar for me was a Yamaha acoustic for 200 buckaroos, and I named it Queenie. Final guitar purchase was a tack that cost way too much, but sounds gorgeous. King. Queenie and King. Here's my funny thing about tacks. Takamine or Takamine, as the Americans say. Japanese guitars, very good. Everybody plays them. But you know what's really funny? And this always makes me crazy about rah-rah Muraco people. Country music. The biggest guitar in country music is a Takamine. And it's country. And you know what guitars are made in Nashville, Tennessee? Gibson. Country music, play Gibsons, will you? Those sound great. Ray, I have two now, one from 2017 and the Otsuka this year. When we get into the, oh, thank you, Angelo. You did send it. You are the king, man. Bob Dylan did a great cover of it. Did he? Well, Bob Dylan. I could never figure out how Paul Simon ended up with Carrie Fisher. Did you ever read her book? I mean, how did she wind up with Paul Simon? He's a little nebbishy guy. She was like on fire. Her brain, the synapses were firing on so many different levels. She was, you know, a drug addict, a manic depressive, and a genius comedian. I mean, her book, Wishful Drinking, is one of the funniest things. I mean, it's so hilarious. One of the funniest things she ever said was, oh, my father finally started dating Asian women because he's had so much plastic surgery at this point. He looks like an Asian woman. Her father, of course, being Eddie Fisher, the singer who stole, well, he was married to her mom, the incomparable, unsinkable Molly Brown, the unsinkable Debbie Reynolds, and he left her for Elizabeth Taylor, his best friend's wife. Weird. Brian Wilson syndrome. Oh, Brian, you know, I mean, Brian's one of those guys that sold his whole publishing, gave away his publishing to the most evil person in the music industry, Mike Love from the Beach Boys. That's scumbag. Because he was incapacitated, which is really, really, really shitty. Liam let Noel sing a few. Noel's a great singer. He's a better singer than Liam. But Liam's got all the swagger and the rock shit. I get it. But Noel can sing for sure. You know, he definitely can. I knew it. The window in the back totally had me fooled, though. Yeah, I stole this picture off the internet. I was like, oh shit, I need something. But like, you know, I've got like, you know, I've got guitar. I have real guitars all over the place, but these are fake. These are completely fake. Like, I'm touching them. That's my wall. There's a wall right here. But it's funny though. I was trying to figure out why the AI shot would have a window just thrown in. No, because I'm in a basement studio. You get it? Anyway, we're so behind the times. Let me get to it right now. It's time for everybody's favorite part of the show, where you share it with me and I share with the world.
The Gallery of Bashtards. Send me the shots, the sublime, the absurd. The Gallery of Bashtards. You share them with me, and I share with the world.
You share it with me, and I share with the world. Starting out today with the biggest hands I've ever seen on a human being, Mr. Bell. And he's got some citizens he wants you to see. These are crazy town. This crazy town. Wow. Oh, it's very artful shots. What is that? What is that on? That's a very cool texture. Yeah, that's cool, man. Oh, what are you on? Beautiful. Ken. I still didn't get that thing back from the framers yet. I'm going to go. He's next door. I will knock on his door tomorrow, because I'm going to stay home tomorrow. Jules having a treatment, so I'm not going in there. So I'll have time to catch up on some stuff that I need to catch up. I got to be a man of the people, man of the word. Got to have stuff done. I'm going to give that away, that time lock picture on the anniversary show, which will probably be Saturday. Probably. I'll let you all know by tomorrow. These are beautiful, man. You guys saw the picture of him yesterday, right? The biggest hands I've ever seen on a human being. He's like a giant. I don't know how tall he is. I didn't ask him. How tall are you? Angelo Minichello, Mr. Katamaya. Here it is. Here's the big prize. Give me the prize. Look at this. Challenge watch prize is awarded to Otsuka Lotech, number 6, with Jiro Katayama, founder of Otsuka Lotech. And we've seen this on the show. We featured it. This is his show. And he sent me a shot too. This is great. That award is so weird, isn't it? So, and somebody said it was really heavy. I was watching that last night. Congratulations. Of course, Angelo picks a watch that's unique and crazy and wins awards. Of course you did. Of course you did, because you're Angelo Minichello. That's why. Here's Mr. McLeod. Woohoo, it's Fortis Thursday. Let's get a Fortis in here. We don't get Fortis on the show very much. Beautiful, clean, lovely, amazing. I love that color band, my friend. Look at that. See, I think I get that over the Zin, because it's kind of Zin-esque, right? I like it a lot. That band color is killer. Killer. I love it. And you got a big wrist. You got a big wrist too, man. We've talked about that too. But nobody, I think Mr. Bell wins. I mean, that picture, I stared at it last night. I went, that just looks like it's like a CGI. It just looks like some kind of CGI. Here's Poppy. Here's Chris Boyd and the beautiful Poppy sitting on the couch. Oh man, we love our Poppy. Oi, Poppy. Look at this. Oh, you big baby. Look at you. You're so pretty. Poppy. Oh my God. With the little gray snout. So cute. Poppy. You're so pretty. Thanks so much, Chris. Thank you for that. A little M&M madness. M&M madness. Malk and Mindy madness. Look at you. This looks like it's a video, and I wanted to play it, and it won't play. I would love to see that, because it looks like a video, because it's in portrait. Look at you. Look at her being all sweet and kitty-like. Oh, she is an angel. Now that we know she's a devil, she could be an angel too. Look at you, Mork. You beautiful boy. Oh. Now that we know what he's been through this year, get his tummy fixed. You're a big baby. Look at that. Should somebody make a meme of that? You cutie pie. Thank you, Melly C and Andy M. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Panel Power. Pesce Spada de Edia Roma. Oh, you're trying to make everybody jealous, man. Is that what you're trying to do? What do we got going on here? You got some kind of a fillet going on there. You always get those plates in Italy, too. You ever notice that? The one thing I notice is I think all plates should be, in my humble opinion, all plates should always be white. I don't want to see black plates. I don't want to see colored plates. I want to see white plates, because you want to see what's on the food. Look at this. Let's see what's going on here. You got a nice bread. You have a bottle of wine. Oh, God, what's going on here? Some potatoes, some carrots, some onion, a piece of lemon. I'm assuming that's a piece of fish, right? Trying to make everybody jealous with your Italian restaurant meal. Not fair. 1987 First Dive Cyprus. Uh-oh. Is this a little beefcake from Ray Ray? Jesus. Okay, ladies, back down. Back down, ladies. Oh, my God, Ray Ray. You're like a baby. I like your Speedos there, kiddo. Oh, man. What year is this? 87? Oh, man. That's unbelievable. What are you, like 16? My God. That's great. Somebody frame that one. Down, ladies. He's taken. Carolyn Martin says, a beautiful day in the city. Oh, did you take this? Where were you? Let's try to guess where she was. Wow. Okay, so there's Oh, you went to the top of the Empire State Building, didn't you? Look at that. Because that's Hudson Yards, which is technically around 34th Street. Look at you. Did you go there? That's a beautiful day. Unless you're a conspiracy theorist. Look, the earth is flat. Thanks, Carolyn. Gallery shots. Tiramisu at Antica Celestia in Venice in Castello. A rare shot of me asking for directions. San Marco with the Mrs. Popular with the birds. Okay, we're getting a lot of Italian action today, aren't we? Fantastico. That's a big tiramisu, my friend. Wow. Oh, look at that. See that? Look at that coffee. Look at that. That looks great. I like your shiny shirt. Trattoria di Gigi. Senza glutine. Cicchetti veneziani. Sheen probably knows where this place is. See, you got to go to a little hole in the wall. That's where you get the best food. Unbelievable. Never go to a restaurant that has pictures of the food outside. Never go to a restaurant that has pictures of the food outside. That's a great shot. Look at you guys in Piazza San Marco. You know, we see a Sheen sitting over here, having a big cigar, doing that crap. You know? Great shot, you guys. I like that travel bag. What is that? That is a very attractive travel bag. Can I blow this up? You got to tell me what that is. That's very attractive. I love crossover bags. Fantastic. That looks great. Oh, look at you. Oh, it's like a much smaller beard. Oh, look at the bird. Oh, wow. Oh, that's great. That's a great shot, man. What's the bird's name? Did you tell me the name of the bird? Hold on. Let me look in the email. Sometimes this stuff in the email, I got to read it. Sometimes I just got to read it. Tiramisu, Antica, and Venom. Okay, let's see. And popular with the birds. That's cute. That's fantastic. Wow. Thanks, buddy. Then after JC Kings, we got handsome Joe LaFaro with a wristwatch check. Oh boy, he's wearing an Oris today. Ooh. That's some crown, buddy. You got some crown on you. That look at that. That looks like, I mean, that's some serious styling, man. Look at that. That is very high horology looking. This great shirt, too. I see you growing your hair out. You should keep it that way. Looks great. It's a manly wrist. This watch is beautiful. Wow, that Oris is gorgeous, man. And that band is beautiful. I like a big crown. That crown's that's like this size crown. This is amazing. Is this vintage? I mean, I don't know enough about Oris, but that's a beautiful design display. It's actually gorgeous. I love it. Wow. Thank you, Joe. Let me get rid of that. That was amazing. Wristwatch check. I didn't know you were an Oris guy. I don't know enough about Oris. They're beautiful, though. Great beach day with the boys, says Carolyn Marson. Oh, this is cute. Cold beach day. Today was a little bit in New York. It was warmer than yesterday. Felt like winter. It was absolutely freezing. Freezing. Oh, look at you, cutie pies. That's a great shot. I'll never forget when my dog who left me in 2008, when I took her to the beach, she was like, "Oh, this is really cool. I'm really enjoying this." And then she saw the water and she ran for her life because she hated water. Now, this is from Angelo. As you requested, also the Naga modulometer. Wow. So here are the watches. This is the one that won the award last night, which is really cool. Look at that thing. I said it looked like a Hobart, like a deli scale. But obviously, look at that thing. It's more like a seismograph. Incredible. Now one day, well, look at that. That's amazing. Oh, there's the modulometer. Yeah, I love this. That is a special piece. Thanks for sending that on, Angela. It's really great. That won the award last time. I was like, oh my god! It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm looking. I'm like, oh my god, that's Angelo's watch. Holy crap! And then that jackass Dutch fake Northern Irish guy was going off on Avanti the other night. I was like, you know what? He's just doing it for clicks, that guy. I was watching, I don't watch him, but it was like it was the middle of the night and he was doing his watch list, what's good, what's not good. And it was just like, I saw that was on the list, so I skipped up to it to see what he would say. And I was like, whatever. And here's JHB. Let's take a looky poo at this, man. Oh, wow, looks great. Let's go. Oh, look at that. What is going on here? What is this blue shenanigans? Is that some kind of reflection? Wow. Yeah, I really need to start doing a deep dive into IWC because I know there's a lot of fans out there. It's great. It looks perfect on your wrist, too. Look at that. Amazing. What's going on here? What is going on in this room filled with peculiar cubes? This one's blue. I'd like to know more. Very interesting. It looks great. It's a very handsome watch, man. Beautiful. 3-handed with a date. Looks great. Amazing. Thanks, JHB. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the gallery.
The Gallery of Bashtards. Send me the shots, the sublime, the absurd. The Gallery of Bashtards. You share them with me, and I share with the world.
JC Kingsley says, wow, those pickups are freaking sweet. They're not that loud, though, because they can't be. Really loud pickups are like real humbuckers. Those are the ones you can pull the gain up on and go crazy on. But but they do sound beautiful though. Mimi says, I so wish chat was more inactive and we could I know. Wouldn't that be great? I agree. Wouldn't it be great if you could answer each and every single person's comments? Like, wouldn't it be great? Like, I could put a star on it, but that's all I can do. I know. I agree, man. I know. What don't we speak of that? Oh, we don't speak of because she knew him too. Hitachi. Question. You may have mentioned it in the past, but how did you and Oshin meet? I met him simply by walking into a bar in 1999, I think it was, or 2000. I walked into a bar with my friend Mary, and we went in for a quick drink. We were going somewhere else, and there was a band playing, and it was them. That's how I met him. I saw his band before I met him, and I met him last. I became friends with the other guys first. Meanwhile, he lived around the block from me. But yeah, it's weird. And then like 2001, we started iBashers, or 2002, the original iteration of iBashers, which was a Apple podcast. And there was no such thing. No one was doing podcasts. We started one in his kitchen. And we did it every Tuesday. And we had guests. And we did it for about a year and a half. And then we just stopped doing it like idiots. But that's why we brought it back. Really cool, though. Pound Power says, I love that Paul and Art have started to patch up. Me too. You're right about the Art and similar levels of plays and everything. Just know your station. Their reunion seems like poetic circle. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. It totally should. I believe Dirk went to one of them. That's correct. That is 100% correct. If anybody has a lot of Atlantic records, you know that Ancient Art, Oh yeah, her brother-in-law Zal Schreiber was the masterer at Atlantic Records. He's also an encyclopedia of gear knowledge. Dirk and Zal and a dialect together. I'll tell you, I mean, he introduced me to so much incredible stuff, and we went to see a speech of some really prominent rabbi in the 80s. It was amazing. He was a very cool dude because I told him how interested in cantors I was. And he just found that fascinating. It's good stuff, you know. Yeah, D'Angelico guitars are now Indonesian garbage. I know. Yeah, they got sold. I know. It's so sad. So true. I know. But they used to be made here on Carmine Street. And then Jimmy D'Acquisto, his apprentice, started creating beautiful instruments too. And I don't even know if he's still alive. He's probably not anymore. But that was like where it got handed down. D'Angelico, yeah, they're just, you know, they're not great. Isn't it the wood grain type on a Stradivarius? You know, I don't really know the reason why Stradivari are considered. I mean, everybody wants one who plays violin, and everybody, you know, they're zillions of dollars. I don't know if it's the craftsmanship or it's the. I don't know if it's the grain. I don't know. That's a great question. I don't have the answer to it. I wish I did. I wish I did. Sorry, was distracted by a moth. We still doing guitar talk? Yeah, Dana. Panel power. 1563, a yellow and gold split second chronograph with luminous brigade numerals in hands, made in 1947, fetched 3.8 million at Geneva watch sales. Wonderful or what? I agree. Look at that. Wow. You have a picture of that? That would be great. Oh, here's Marcin. Hold on. Oh, you sent me a link. I'll watch that later. Thank you so much for that, JC. Yep, let's see if he confirms, but I heard that's the origin of great. Yeah, yeah, it's all true. I walked in and saw their band play. He had a Rickenbacker and his brother had a Gibson Howard Roberts Fusion, and their singer was great. And I was like, oh, wow, great band. We stayed for the whole show. I left there not knowing the name of their band. I did not know that. No, there was no sign or anything. They played some original songs, and I was like looking around going, how do these people know all the words to this band's songs? But everybody knew, and within a month or two, I knew all the words too, because we wound up going there every Saturday. We didn't miss them. We loved them. I haven't been that blown away by a band since Jellyfish, or you know, that's it. That was the last band I really got into, was Mr. North. Andrew said he's home and showered. Yeah, you missed it all. I started the show at 6:00. What happened to you? Andrew says some of us are drinking Ray Ray's All Clear. Simon and Carrie Fisher are a mismatched couple, and Gretchen makes great pickups. They do. I think you're all caught up now. That's unbelievable. I don't think it was Top of the Rock. I think she was at the Empire State Building. She said I was right. Yeah, she went to the Empire State Building. Good for you. Did you go to Boulevard? They're in there. Did you go in there? You might have. Yeah, you'd think you'd see Ish having a Toscano there. It's really funny. Pika is the name of the bird. Hi, Pika. Give Pika a big kiss for us. The Oris is about 35 years old. That's a beautiful watch, Joe, and it looks great on you. Fantastic. Bet the dogs are having fun on the beach, says Andrew, and cute pups. Yes. Dogs had a blast. AR coding, says JHB. Oh, that's what that is. Okay, it's a reflection of the AR coding. Hey, Panzuzu, $5. Nihongo wakaru nazi bangumu no teitaru. We don't know what that means, but it's cool. Thanks for that, and you get a little cowbell for that action. Thank you so much for that. It's very interesting. Anybody have a translation? Oh, is that how you say it? Oh my God, Thursday Basher Madness. That's what it says. That's exactly what it says on the thing. Look at you. How fantastic for knowing that. Very cool. Very, very, very cool. I can't wait to see them both doing a walkabout in New York City. Yeah, it's definitely going to happen. It might be cold. We might be wearing scarves and stuff. Andrew said he heard the Stradivari are made out of alpine. This is true. The wood is one thing, but anybody can go to a forest and get wood. I don't know about the Ice Age, but who knows? Strad sound, the wood, shellac, the craftsmanship. Yeah, all of that stuff. And it's like Shakespeare. Nobody's really sure if Antonio Stradivari made them. or if he had apprentices make them, what did Da Vinci paint? I mean, Michelangelo, there's no way of us knowing exactly. No, why is the title in Japanese? Because every single day, Pazuzu, I'm always looking for something. Every day I make a brand new thumbnail for the show. And since it's a daily show, I don't want to bore people. So I want to come up with some cool imagery. And that's inspired by me and my 80s and 90s metal career. And, how Japanese, imagery was really exciting and fun. So it was just a little bit of fun, like a little bit of kitty cats. Because we do, it's all kitty cats. If you're new to the show and all that stuff. It's very cat-centric. Watches and cat-centric and all that fine stuff. Andrew says, great show. Upvote everybody and subscribe. Become a Patreon if you can. Be well and be happy. Thank you so much. You are the king. And Panel Power says, the quality of the wood from the trees near the violin maker, be they Amati, Ruggieri, Stradivari, et al., is what determines the quality of the violin. The level of craftsmanship lifts them above all. Yeah, it's the quality of the craftsmanship. It definitely does. Definitely. And Danny Gutierrez with 199. Great show, Dirk. See you all the Bashers. We'll be back tomorrow night with the big guy. I'm going to give you the triangle. But more than that, we'll be back tomorrow with the big guy at 6 p.m. after he does Who Needs a Drink. And you never know. Last week we had Jerry O'Malley on the show, which was fantastic. Guys, thank you so much for a great show. Thanks for all your prayers and thoughts and all nice stuff like that. Well, we need it now more than ever. Just remember, we're a great group of people who like to take care of each other and always put our best foot forward when we can. And thanks so very much for that. Until then, guys, remember to hold the door open. Remember to say please and thank you. And always remember, when you encounter unkindness, you never know what that person's going through. They might be a very nice person going through a very, very tough time. Either that or they're just a